What a wonderful world.
Let's make Christmas ornaments. The two things you will need is clay and some cutters. For this DIY, I'm using polymer clay, which has a large variety of colours, but of course you can use any clay you want. For example, salt dough, made with cooking ingredients found in your house, or air-dry clay. I will also be using cookie cutters, but of course you can find anything around the house, like a lid. Toothpick to poke a hole in the clay. And lastly, some scissors and string. I'm using this fish line string, but of course you can use any other string like ribbons. And this is optional, but I'm using a cutting mat just so my clay is on a smoother surface. Okay, let's get started. So first I'm using some green clay and I'm going to just play with it a little to make it softer and so it's easier to work with. Then I'm going to flatten it out. Just like this, not super flat or thin, just about right. And now I'm going to be using my cookie cutter. I chose to do a Christmas tree for this one. Now obviously if you're using air dry clay or salt dough, you're doing the same process except you're going to paint it at the end after the clay has dried or baked. So now that we have our shape done, we can get into decorating. I'm using some white clay and I'm going to roll this out into a very thin snake-like shape. And now let's add this to the tree. So for this, I'm basically making a loop just like that and another loop. Then I'm going to cut the extra pieces off with a knife and repeat this step 2 more times on the tree. Now I've made small colourful circles as the ornaments and then a larger yellow circle for the star. Now that I have finished decorating this Christmas tree, I'm placing this on a baking paper and poking a hole at the top. This is so I can attach the string once the clay has baked. And so this one is ready for the oven. Now I'm going to create a reindeer ornament. And since I don't have brown, I'm mixing all the 3 primary colours and then adding a little more yellow and white to it for a beautiful brown colour. Now that I've made my perfect colour, I'm going to flatten this out. Since I'm cutting a circle for this, I can either use this cookie cutter or a lid. Now that I have got my circle, I will be adding the small details. First, I'm gonna add the antlers. For this, I'm using black clay and I'm rolling it out just like that. Then we will cut these into 3 even pieces. This is what one antler looks like, and then I'm repeating this on the other side. Then I'm adding the eyes and make sure that they're both even on both sides. And then I will add the black pupils. And now to add the iconic red nose for this ornament. And we are almost done. Now I just have to poke a hole in this one as well and then bake. Now I've attached the string onto the ornament and here it is all finished. Here are all of the finished ornaments. As you can see, I also made a gingerbread man and another Christmas tree. For this ornament, I used paint markers instead. Thanks for watching, bye!